Thank you for joining me. This is Fly My Mavic, and this is the 4-hooks range extender as fitted to my Mavic Pro remote. The idea was to give it longer range. I was a little bit disappointed with the actual results of it. Just recently though, I did pick up a Phantom 3 Pro, and as I like to fly long range, I thought I'll see if I can find something similar. Now, I remember the days of ITELITE and ITELITE DBS panels for the Phantom range, so I had a look around on eBay, and I found one, pretty much as it was, brand new in box, except he's made a couple of cuts in there. You have the clamp, which goes on the controller, cables, and the actual panel itself. It's quite a lightweight panel, so it adds absolutely no weight whatsoever to the overall weight, and it's quite small. It is quite lightweight. Now, this is the non-drill type, because the aerial assembly has the long posts on it, as you can see, and they will fit through like that and sit there flush. So the cables plug in the top rather than the drill the holes, as I've seen on quite a few videos. Now, I've watched a few videos and I'm pretty much sure that I can do this myself. Normally I would send it to Peter Thomason, but as I said, it's a lot simpler than trying to fit the panels to the new Mavic Pro remotes, because they do take quite a lot of jiggery pokery to get them open. So I am going to do this now, and fingers crossed it's all done. It all works once it's finished. Tools I'm going to need are a fillet screwdriver, a 1.5mm hex screwdriver for these 4 screws on this little cover here, and a pair of tweezers. Okay, so first thing we want to do is to take this cover off. So there's 4 screws on this. I'll try and be as thorough as I can. Right, so once that's done, leave the flat cover off. Put that out of the way. And then there is a ribbon here. Just need to unclip and take that out of the way. And we'll just flick up the little holder. There we go. And then with a pair of tweezers, you just need to pull that ribbon cable out. I hope that's easier to put back in than it was to take out again. Oh, there's a little bit of flex in it. There we go. There's a little bit of flex in it. You can pull it out quite well actually. So that's that out of the way and done. Right, there are 4 screws and they are underneath these arms here and these 2 pads here. So I'm going to just flick this out. Yeah, I just stuck down with sticky stuff, so put them out the way, sticky side up, and fingers crossed you don't lose the stickiness on them. There we go. And then these ones here apparently just lever off, and again they are stuck down. You can always probably have some double-sided tape if you've got to have them stick down again. So it is quite a sticky mess. Oh, yeah, it looks like we're going to have to get some double-sided tape. Probably clean that up a little bit, because that's what's left of the tape there, you see. So I'll put that back together with some double-sided tape that's the right size. I'll scrape this off from here. There we go. Okay, and I'll clean those little rubber pads up and do that with those. And I put some tape on, as I said. Right, okay, so there are 4 screws now. And that's 4 screws out there. To take it apart, you just need to pull a little bit. You'll see it separates. And then you just lift off this cover. That little wire there will flick through. And you just need to undo this battery clip. It's got a little push clip on it to pull it off. And then we'll just hopefully pull that off like that. Get a grip on it. There we go. Okay, so we can put the back out of the way because we don't need that for the moment. Okay, so with the back off, we can see where the cables plug in here on the board. There's one there and there's one there. We're going to flick those off. One cable runs up the back there, and the other one runs, looks like it goes underneath and through to come up here. So we're going to find a way to route those. Are those cables there long enough? Are they going to be straight over onto the board, I wonder? It's a bit of a wonder. Yeah, so I'm going to put that one there, and that's going to go, it's not going to go around, is it? So it's going to have to go over and then get bent into place there like that. Should just be able to twist these to get them to go where you want them to go. Okay, right, I'm going to have a look at this now and work out the best way to get this done, so be back in one moment. Okay, so let's see. I know how to get these off. I've got a pair of needle nose pliers which I'm supposed to be able to squeeze and then pull these aerials out. I'm just trying to work out how to get these little plugs off. I think you just basically get a little flat blade. I'll just put them down a second. Little flat blade, and then we're just going to just pop that plug off in some way. So just bear with me a second while I work that out. There we go. Literally just use a flat blade to pop it. Now I think it's important to remember that this side of the board is that controller, and that side of the board, not controller, sorry, that side of the board is that aerial, and that side of the board is that aerial there. So you need to make sure that we put them back in the same way. I'm going to just pop that one off. There we go. That one's off now. So hopefully should be able to pull that cable back through. So I'm going to grab needle nose pliers and see if we can just pop that cable through. I want to try and maintain and keep the original aerials if possible, in case I ever decide to want to go back to stock. So I'm going to just pull this cable through. Try and be gentle so I don't break the cable on it. So hopefully this goes under and through. It's quite a... Yeah, right, okay. That's not going to go through there because... Oh, there we go. Right, so that's one out. Now, that's the easy one. This one is stuck in with some little glue here, so there's a ribbon cable underneath it, so I don't want to damage that ribbon cable. I just want to give a little bit of a pull. No, that's not going to go through that way. Let me see if I can just pull up either side without damaging that cable. I'm trying to just get it free of the silicone. Again, without damaging the cable itself. Or now it looks like I might have to see if I can cut around that silicone there. Let me just grab a little razor blade out of my toolbox. There you go, that's free. So a little bit of perseverance, and luckily enough it did come loose out the silicone and left enough there to keep that other ribbon cable in place. I should now be able just to give us a gentle pull. I'll do that one there. Right, hopefully that stick should just lift up a little bit now, a little bit of slack. There we go. All done. Right, so now let's just tighten the screws back up again. Okay, so that is two cables out. Just now got to take them out of the actual top up here, which will involve using hopefully a pair of these and a little bit of brute force. Okay, right, so we're going to get these aerials finally out here now, and I believe I can just give them a squeeze and hopefully give them a pull, and they should just pull out. Just have to get the right angle, and fingers crossed. Oh, I see. That is stuck around that post there. I'm going to fettle that out from there. There we go. And there we go, second aerial out. And nope, I haven't damaged the cable at all, which is good, which means that is still a perfectly good set of working aerials. Someone may want those if I ever decide to sell them. Okay, so it's now time to fit these connectors. Now, I've got a feeling I'm going to have to remove these gently out the way because they won't go through there otherwise. That's not what I was wanting to have to do. Fingers crossed, it's just a case of undo this screw like this, take it out, put that to one side, and then that unit hopefully lifts up out the way. There we go. That's good, that's an easy one. Right, so take off this nut and put that down there. Take off the collar because that's going to sit in there nicely, and there's an anti-shake washer which should go between the two. And I'm going to just feed that into there like that. I'm going to put on little collar that sits inside the hole. I'll show you that. Just tip up so you can see that sits inside there. Oh, watch that little wheel thing in there. Anti-shake washer, and then the nut. Now we're not going to tighten these up yet because obviously we need to just fettle the cables around a little bit. So just put that on finger tight for now, like that. Okay, so they're in, and the cables are here. Now remember that that one went to that side there, and that one went to that side there, so they went on the opposite sides to where they are. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just going to take a quick look at how I can best cable this into place, and that'll be the next stage. Right, okay, I think I've decided on the way I'm going to go is like that. Yeah, I'm going to go like that. Okay, if I get that to stay down in there like that. There we go. I'm going to keep it like that. There we go. Happy with that. So next thing to do now is to put the back cover on and try and keep all those cables where they were before. Okay, got the back cover. I'm going to plug the battery back in again. Make sure that sits in properly. Okay, and then I've got to feed this little ribbon cable back through this hole on there. So bear with me a second while I just see if I can fettle that to go through without too much trouble. There we go. And there's the ribbon cable there. Just grab that and give it a little bit of a pull. Bring it upwards. And then there we go. And then when that's up like that, just going to get this to go. Oh, that cable's disappeared somewhere. Yep. No, there's something still not right with that, is there? Okay, so it was the cable run, and I've just had a bit of a rejig, and it now seems to be all going together, clipped together nicely. Right, so that's it. That's now the 4 screws to put in and to hold the case together. So I'm going to just put one either side for a moment. Right, so that's 2 screws in to hold the case together. It is all clipped together as well. It's all as it should be. There we go. Oh, now it's together. Just a quick walk round, make sure it's all fine. Right, okay, so last thing is to put this ribbon cable back in. Not looking forward to this because I have no luck with ribbon cables. They're always a bit of a faff to get in. So showing a bit of copper. I wasn't sure if it should be showing a bit of copper. It seems to be in fair enough. We'll find out once we put it all back together again, because that's just a control board for the camera. In fact, yes, what we'll do is we shall put the ITELITE panel on before I finish putting all the screws in, and we shall power up the quad and make sure that we have got live feed still working fine, and hopefully I'm not damaged something. And all done, and all back together again. Okay, so I'm going to get the Phantom, power it on, and see if we get live feed. Right, iPhone lead. I'm going to be using my iPhone. Yeah, right, okay. I'll put that panel on because I can't get to the, there we go, the USB socket there. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can find some instructions for this this panel, see if that's the right way I put it on. Right, okay. iPhone leads plugged in. Let's turn on the controller. Oh, I have a blinking light. Okay, so as you can see, the cable's fouled through the controller part there. I need to get that tucked back under, like so. Put that together again. Right. Make sure it's all clipped together. There we go. Around the sides and on the top there, like that. Everything is as it should be. There's a white line on these little on these ribbon cables. You might be able to see it there, just to let you know how far in it's gone. Right, okay, clamp and extender. Put that way, there we go, we'll go that way with it. And bring them around and, I see. It's all fun and games. Give me a second, I'm going to just, I think I've worked out how this clamp goes on properly now. Right, okay, I put that way, put that way, right, okay. Clamp goes on like that, and then these cables here just nicely line up on there then. Right, a lot easier to put on than they were before, and hopefully it means I can get to the USB socket properly as well. Right, okay, hoping that this works. Take two now. I'm just going to screw that into there like so, make sure it's on fully tight. Perfect, okay. Let's power this up and hopefully it doesn't beep at me again. Hey, no beeping. Right, let's power. Let's power up the Phantom. And the moment of truth time. Have I done it right, or have I broke it fully? Well, let's wait and see. I'll just plug that back in there again. Okay, get the phone, unlock it, and choose DJI Go, and there we go. It has worked. Camera up, camera up, camera down. The red lights you can see on my door there. But yes, I have fitted the ITELITE DBS panel to my Phantom 3 Pro controller. Really happy with that. All I've got to do now is just obviously tidy up, put the other screws back in, put the sticky pads back on. But that's a 5-minute job which I won't bore you with. But yes, that's how you fit one. It is as easy as it looks. I was actually glad I did it myself. Really am. So fitting the Phantom 3 ITELITE DBS panel, 10 out of 10. I've given myself for that. And it comes off quite easily as well for storage. So that's it. Fly My Mavic says thank you very much indeed for watching, and as always, wherever you are, always fly safely.